All right. Let's get after it. Who would like to summarize last session for some inspiration and, more importantly, to assist all your fellow players and perhaps your DM as to what the fuck happened last time we got together?
I've got it, but I'll let anyone else take the chance. Hey, we got out of the sewers and returned our hostage. Not our hostage, our rescue hostage. Whoops. To Volothamp. And he was very excited about that idea, and told us he had to sort some stuff out, and then he showed up at the pinnacle of tardiness to get absolutely smashed with us. A few of us obliged, and we had a very rowdy night out, following which we met up with him later as he turned over the deed to a manor house over to us and suggested that we could do a couple of different things with it. Either just live in it, we could possibly lease it if we wanted to, make money off of it, off of renters. He didn't suggest that. That idea just came to me. Or else possibly open it as a tavern. Either way, he has financially burdened us. Also, wrapped up some, but not all, of our debts with the Castle and Tears, a very powerful family in Waterdeep that we don't need to be worried about at all.
Just willing to loan us some money at a perfectly reasonable interest rate.
Listen, it's just debt. It's just debt. Some of us just don't like debt. And we found out that Kaz had a brother who was released from, I believe, debtor's prison. Like, we don't know how. I don't remember if we noted how long ago, but and Kaz is dealing with the fact that his brother hasn't come to say hi or nothing. And we are all trying to figure out the best thing to do with our newly acquired burden.
We also met Zarda Zord.
Yes.
Right. Most important detail of this or any campaign.
Actually, It is very important because it was the last thing I wrote in my notes that we did get, as I phrased it, a flyer from a nude dude for a party on a boat.
Not a nude dude. He's wearing a red diaper with red suspenders.
He's the bare minimum of non-nudity.
Right. And thigh-high red boots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check. Check.
Yeah.
That's how you do that right there.
So, anybody else like to add anything?
I'm never babysitting Corsonas at a bar again.
Okay.
That was very difficult to get them in bed.
Nice. All right.
Don't worry. I plan on taking Corsonas out regularly. It's gonna be fine, I'm sure.
Okay, so take some inspiration, Max, and away we go. Oh, I should probably. Are you on the right spot? I have so many freaking windows open. This is insanity. Okay, excellent. So we find ourselves in Troll Skull Alley. The private conversation between Nim and Amalia Castellanter has just concluded. Now Volo sort of approaches those two and he gestures to y'all. Well, go in, check out your new property, and enjoy the tour. It's a little beat up right now, but use your imagination. Remember, Renia has volunteered to pick up the initial costs of renovations to make it livable. So take a look and let your imagination run wild for all the wonderful things you can do, and I'll discuss with the Castellantas what options, financing options are available should you choose to start a business there. Or if you'd rather, you can get to know the neighbors.
Should we check out the interior before we acquaint ourselves with the area? To know whether or not, I don't know, we're actually interested in staying in the area. He's kind of under his breath.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go see inside. Yeah.
We can discuss a little more privately everything while we're in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift things up a little bit.
Oh.
Ooh.
I know this art style.
What? There's a 0% chance these maps came directly from whatever that link Ted posted of the aggregator. There's no way that's where all these things came from.
Listen, that's not a mark of shame. I love
No.
to see my boys work in action.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Couldn't have been happier. All right. So there you are. You are what you see before you is what was clearly at one point a beautiful old home. It appears that at some point in the past, this first floor had been converted into some sort of inn or tavern. But even that seems to have been a long time ago. Most of the windows here are rather shoddily boarded up. There's windows is sort of with air quotes in that actually let me do this. Windows is sort of in air quotes because there appears to be a lot of broken glass around. So it's unclear whether or not these windows still exist. The stonework that is the first level of this building is super grimy. A lot of moss and apparently even some mold growing on it. And the boards on the main door right here have been pried off, and you may enter as you like.
God, this place fucking sucks.
I'm sure we'll be fine. It's just cozy. I've lived in worse.
Right,
I
and
climb up on top of the bar to see if it holds my weight.
it does. And as you enter, you see there are two sort of flickering lights on the north and south wall to help sort of illuminate the space. The only other light coming in through this front door. And what you see is the remnants, I guess, of what clearly used to be a tavern of some sort. There's, Nim, if you have noticed, there is, in fact, a bar. There are lots of parts of tables and chairs. There's broken tankards and plates that litter the floor along with some debris. There's a fireplace sort of in the middle of this room that whose what remnants of ash have sort of spilled out onto the floor. It appears like maybe this space has seen some occupants in the not so distant past, none of which were invited or were legal occupants, but seeking shelter from the storm, so to speak.
Well,
Wow. Go ahead.
someone lived here, so we know it's livable, right? That has to count for something.
Yeah, glass half full for sure.
Certainly better than some dens that are definitely around the area, so...
Is there any booze behind the bar?
Kaz, as you go to look behind the bar, you hear a pounding on the bar. Boom, boom, boom.
where is that in relation to
no.
where my feet are?
It's close.
Yeah, Nim. Nim. What the fuck are you doing? Is you okay?
I jump off and put my hands in the air like, not me, bro.
Okay, I get it. It's fucking funny, right? It's a little. Where's the booze?
Can I get a perception check from everybody?
Ah.
Well.
Fucking stupid. Elves have perception bonuses.
I don't know why I take perception. I don't like seeing shit.
I don't
Trade
think you
with me.
I don't think you did. You're just an elf. You get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, this works out perfectly narratively. Kaz and Nim and Ixidia, even you can see from, a little bit further back. But Kaz and Nim, both of you are right at the bar. Nim, you just jumped off it. You heard this banging, so your attention is immediately drawn there. And in the dust, you start to see something being spelled out on top of the bar. Right. And it takes a little bit, but eventually it says "open for business?" ?
Is that a fucking bartending ghost?
I believe it's a
I think
bartending,
it's a
or
bartending
ghost
patron.
patron.
Oh, my bad. Is that offensive?
No, not open for business. Open for perusing. We're new here and looking around.
You hear what sounds like fingers tapping on the bar.
I mean, we own the place. It's not like we're trespassing.
And then in a piece of dust or a bit of dust right by it, when will we open? ?
Well, technically we're open now, right? Is that how that works? Like we're here?
No, we have nothing
No?
to serve. We have no.
Yeah, and I mean, we might not even open this up as a bar. We might renovate it to be like a home.
What?
A
Okay.
bit of either chair or table. It's hard to say. But a leg of one of the two, right? Flies from here and crashes into the wall over here.
Oh,
okay.
I mean,
okay.
we can definitely
There's
like work
no
with what you're thinking. You
cause
know,
for
be
that.
good roommates or whatever.
Actually, you know what? Let's reset. Okay, what is your name?
Uh,
I don't know that we
Skrull,
have enough dust. Does someone have any pen or paper?
Oh,
let me see.
yeah. Heidi pulls out her journal and passes it over. Kind of sets it on the counter.
um,
Can it write with a pen?
Guess we'll find out.
it's difficult. I mean, it seems to. It can write, but it's real sort of herky jerky. It's hard to make out, and it looks like the writing process is labored, and you see 3 letters: LIF, and then the pen sort of drops, and back on the bar, it scrawls, "Don't like dust?" and question mark, right? And you see a bit of grimy cloth on the floor sort of float up to the edge of the bar over here and start moving around in strange circles. Apparently trying to clear some dust.
Okay, well, you shouldn't clear all the dust because we kind of have to communicate with you. It's kind of weird, like, you know.
Right, if the pen's too hard, then dust might be the only way we've got to go.
Like take a corner for yourself to write stuff down in, you know.
We get a chalkboard later. That do right. That do right. And he just kind of like nods at everyone else.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah, I was thinking of more like a little sand pit that I could just write in. But
That's
I
smart
guess
too.
talk about. Yeah, I guess it'll work.
Well, actually don't know what it is. It knocks twice on the bar. And there's a pause. And then in dust, 2, 4, yes.
I count the amount of people we have very visibly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, Liv, what's going on?
You manifested all of it, Liv. Become visible, even for a moment.
You hear 1 knock on the bar.
Oh wait, okay.
Oh, like 2
1
for yes.
No, 2 for yes. Yes.
You hear 2 knocks on the bar.
Was that
Harry.
not? Oh.
I thought they were like trying to order drinks again, like 2 drinks, 4 drinks.
Yeah, that's
yes.
what I thought.
Right, yeah.
Can you make drinks? Actually, I kind of want to know. That seems pretty cool.
You hear 2 knocks on the bar.
Is that yes or no?
Yes.
Two, yes.
Oh, 2 is yes. Okay.
2 for yes.
Oh, that's dope.
You see the pen start floating up again, and it's in its raggedy way. It takes a little time, but when it finally falls back down on the page, there are new letters there, and it says, "I work hard."
Oh yeah, that no, I love a good hard worker. I really appreciate that. We're just I don't. Are we making a bar or something? I don't know. What's
You know,
going on.
I wasn't really thrilled about the idea of having a bar, but you see, one thing that like a business needs is a gimmick, and Ghost Barkeep, hell yeah.
Agreed. And what sort of what sort of wage are you expecting? Seeing as you're a ghost, and material possessions don't really seem to be something that you acquire, and I can't really imagine what you'd possibly be needing coin for.
That seems a little complicated for Knox.
It's a very good point, but
the
I think I'm still right
pen-
to ask.
The pen floats up again.
Fair.
You can see it sort of jerkily doing
How
its
about-
thing
how
on the
about-
paper.
How about this, Liv? Do you expect to be paid?
There's no knocking. You just see the pen floating around. And when it finally drops to the page again, all it reads is "See people."
Oh, yeah, that's so sweet.
Free bartender?
I mean,
Hey,
Hell
I'm,
yeah.
I'm a big fan. Of
Everybody make me another perception check, please.
Ow! Fuck!
I don't think he's saying that's. Oh, I don't. Never mind.
10,
Moving up in the world.
Finally, I don't see
3 more
shit.
rolls and I might hit a 10. Fuck yeah.
Nim, you notice that the lights seem to be on different walls.
Okay. How do I feel about that?
You can feel about that however you'd like to feel about that.
Okay. I'm just going to cast dancing lights to like even out the lighting.
Okay.
Kind of very apparently nervously.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Oh, okay. Well,
The pen starts floating around again. It's floating and making weird herky jerky gestures for quite some time. And when it finally comes to a rest, it says, "They don't have to go home, but they can't stay here."
Oh,
Someone else
these.
is here, apparently?
I'll point at the moving lights.
Yeah, as you point at one,
Fuck.
yeah, I assume you point at the one that's closest to you.
Yeah, like over my shoulder.
Oh boy, that's a problem. I need everybody to roll initiative, and Nim, you just took 18 points of damage.
Holy!
throwing up, sobbing and throwing up.
What, you guys don't
Well,
just
let me-
freaking love will-o-wisps?
I love a will-o-wisp. Jesus Christ!
Nope, we are regressing. All right.
Oh my God!
Ah,
don't worry
Damn.
about it.
All right, everybody roll again now that I've actually got the turn order up.
oh, incredible.
Don't try
Yay.
to rob my terrible roll from me, sir.
All right, and I'll.
Okay.
Oh, I can put your terrible rolls back in there.
Yeah, should we replace it with the first?
Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
My 12 back. You know, I don't really want to fight ghosts. That's not my thing.
You're welcome
It
to be
is
taken
now.
by one.
This is my very shaky hands are like good for this. This is
Is
coming
that a
in handy.
fucking 25?
The pin came in.
It is.
got the
It
pen?
was.
I got the pen.
Hold on.
There's
Uh,
a
These
These
squid
things are
tentacle in
so
here.
fast. These
Oh
little
my
guys.
Does it light up or is it just like? Okay.
Just
It-
hang on. I haven't tried flashlighting it yet. My phone would unlock. That'd be nice. Can I please? Oh, that's not gonna
Okay.
show up.
Why don't
though.
I have the tiebreaker? I should also be at 6.13.
Okay.
Katie, I'm so happy for you.
I'm so happy for me.
Oh, damn. I just realized you got beat up.
Wait a second. I
feel
gotta
like-
do this again. We got a little bit of a problem here. Okay, that's
We
that.
fought these in another game, didn't we? Was this an Icewind thing that we fought?
Yeah, I
These
think
are
I don't
familiar.
remember them.
I feel like we did.
I don't remember them at all.
I've definitely run them before, but I
In
don't
Avernus,
know.
I remember.
I know that they were, yeah, in Avernus.
Yeah, I remember there was an Avernus.
What am I thinking of?
Here. They very well might have been also in Icewind.
Okay.
Who wills may never know.
Here we go.
There it is.
So, you, Nim, have just pointed at this light on the wall, and it glows a little brighter and shoots right back at you to pretty significant effect. And let's see what happens next. The next thing you see is another bit of debris from the ground just goes flying towards this light that just shot at you. And you do see the light flicker just a touch.
Was that Lyft that did that?
Hard to say.
Okay.
And I mean, clearly something did that. And next up, Nim.
Yeah, so I just kind of throw my arm over my shoulder and say, "What, this thing?" And then get blasted in the back of that son of a bitch. And I will turn. Oh, fuck. Oh, I have both of my spell slots back. Thank you. Don't. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. And I will throw my fingers across the strings of my lyre, or my lyre, and or lute. That's the instrument. And just throw a thunder wave in the direction of that wall, and I don't know why it did that.
Okay.
All right, let me.
Oh, cool! The spell is not on my spell sheet at all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do we know what sort of save that is?
I believe con.
All right. Love it. right. Do
Okay.
we know? Let's see.
There we
Okay.
go.
Fantastic. Did you roll damage on that?
Not yet. Working on that.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. There we go.
Fantastic. All right. The light, it flickers a little bit and stays right where it is.
Uh-huh. I will, as a bonus action, give Exidia Bardic Inspiration.
Fantastic.
I also have the fun new feature, and be prepared, everybody, the Mode of Potential, which gives you a bunch of specific different things that get added to
God
whatever
damn.
you do whenever you use the Bardic Inspiration die.
Spectacular. Anything else for you?
Ah. There we go.
Okay. Kaz, you've just seen a bunch of like rapid fire and return fire from just north of you in this building. What would you like to do about this situation?
Okay. I'm gonna fake like I'm reaching under the bar for something. Then I pull my dagger out and throw it at the light.
Okay. Make me an attack roll.
Oh yeah. 20. Is that it?
Spectacular. Let's see some damage.
Woo! I don't have sneak attack.
Okay, so that's just
Oh, that
6.
rolled sneak attack. Yeah. I don't actually do I don't know how sneak attack works. I don't think I do.
No,
Yeah,
do
no,
not.
not in this situation.
Yeah. Okay. And for my bonus action, I am going to, Lift. If you're going to be working here, you got to help us throw people out, and I'm going to try to give them the help action. My bonus action help. I'm not sure if that works actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I gotta.
I think you have to be able to see them.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
If the target can see or hear you.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
they have to be
enemy
able to
has
see
to
or
see.
hear you.
The enemy has to see or hear you. That's talking about the target, as in the target of the attack. So,
I
like,
don't
if
know
you're
how the help
helping them
action
attack a
works.
specific one of these will-o-wisps, that's the target.
Ooh.
Because
Yeah, I'll
normally
allow
the
it.
help
Why
action,
not?
you have to be right next to the bad guy. Like, the ally can be anywhere. You have to be next to the bad guy. This lets you be farther away from the bad guy, but...
Oh yeah, what?
Right,
just
and I
want
mean,
Lift to
it's
throw a
also
fucking chair at this guy.
right. It doesn't say anything about you having to see who you're talking to. It's just the target has to see or hear you. So yeah, great. So you're giving Leaf your help action.
Yeah, leave. Yeah, leave.
All right, fantastic.
Oh.
With that, let's see here. There is a bolt of light that it looks like it's streaking towards Exidia, but it's going to miss, right? And then for a split second in this location, right? You see, you could swear you see like a half elf standing there, right? But it's like a blink of an eye. Oh my lord, these fucking things, Jesus Christ. And then Piety, what's your AC?
Oh, geez, Scoop. That would be a 13.
There is a flash of light, and then there's a tiny little burn mark in the floor next to you, and just smoke rising from it. Corsonis.
I will go ahead and the one that is south of Piety on the map, I am just going to start off with the old reliable and go for a magic missile at
Yeah.
second level. So
All right.
40 for 15 points damage.
What type of damage is magic missile?
Force damage.
Force damage. Fantastic. Great. Yeah, that light is it flickers quite a bit. And then just resumes sort of bobbing there.
I think that's it. I'm not going to move, and I got nothing for a bonus action.
Fantastic. Cydia.
All right. Cydia is going to run down to this one over here. I don't think defile ground matters for these guys because they're floating. I'm not even gonna worry about that. And I'm going to just I'll whack them with my staff.
Okay.
So primal savagery, 19.
If you want, you can add Bardic Inspiration to the damage die.
Yeah, I just 19 does hit, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll add that bardic to the damage. That's a D8, D6.
D6.
All right. Okay, so 7 damage.
That's damage right there.
And I don't think your
maybe-
thing does anything if I add it to the damage,
I don't think so, but I'm just checking. Yeah, attack
Yeah.
roll. Yeah.
because that's a special extra thing.
Okay.
So yeah,
Um,
that's it for me.
Yeah, this light is now just sort of constantly flickering and sputtering. It seems to have a real difficult time keeping its light on.
Mhm.
Piety.
Right, I'm gonna go for the same one that Exidia just whacked, and good old Eldritch Blast it. Dink. Oh, I didn't put enough into that dink. That's my problem. And then I'll give Nim 2 of my healing light thingies as a bonus action, which I think I can do. Let me make sure that I can give multiple at one time, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've done that
Nice.
before. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, so
absolutely.
I'm
Up to
giving
your
you
charisma modifier, I think.
2. Yeah. So that's D6s. I'll give you 2D6.
I
Dink.
do think it's funny. It does limit you when you only have a limited number in the pool anyway.
Yeah.
Eventually, you get more than your charisma mod.
And that's all. Ooh, well, do I want to move? Yeah, I want to move. Yeah. I'm gonna scooch back here. And that's all I got.
All right. Excellent. let's see. All right. Another bit of debris goes flying up in this direction and seems to pass through that light. And now it is flickering quite a bit. Nim, it is back to you.
Okay. So this thing is small or tiny?
The light?
Yeah.
It is tiny.
Okay. This is dumb. I
Love
am
it.
going to um uh call on what looks like the figments and like broken pieces of furniture around it
Mhm.
that begin to stack silently, completely silently around this bubble
Mhm.
or this light in the air, and I'm just going to put an illusory box around it.
Mhm.
I don't know if I don't know if it can um see or anything, but in case it can,
Okay.
now it can't unless it tries to look through it.
Right. Yeah. I like it. You have successfully put this thing in a box.
Yeah. And then I'll offer a bardic inspiration to Miles. What the fuck? To
It sounds like Miles does not need a bardic inspiration.
to Kaz.
Okay. And is that it for you?
Yes.
Great. Kaz, freshly inspired.
Freshly inspired. Just saw a ghost try to kill a fucking will-o-wisp. Love this shit. Cass is gonna hop over the bar and run towards the light in the box now.
Yeah, it's in a box
And
now.
flamboyantly stab it with my rapier.
All right. Let's see how that goes.
Please don't miss after I just sit on that. 21.
All right. Roll some damage for me.
Do I have advantage because it's in a box? I'm trying to sneak.
You do not.
Yeah,
It's worth a shot, but you do not.
11 damage. I don't have the sneak attack procced, but it keeps putting it anyway.
No worries. Easy enough to. You might want to check it and uncheck it. Sometimes that'll work. But okay. Kaz, you're probably the only one who can tell, right? But actually, nah, it's in a box. No one can tell anything. It's all boxed up. Anything else for you, Kaz?
Oh shit, I have bonus actions. Bonus action. Can I give Piety the help action? And I'm gonna say, instead of, you gotta give it a bonk instead of a think, you know.
Oh, was that my problem? Damn.
Yeah, no,
All right,
bonk.
all right.
It's a bonk.
Got it. Bonk.
That is
All right,
for my turn.
fantastic. This flickering light down here, sort of elongates so that it can try and reach out and touch Exidia. And does a 15 hit with your?
It certainly does.
All right. That is 9 lightning damage. And
Ooh.
I think what happens
I would
Yeah.
like to. I have a thing
Great.
that I haven't had a chance to use really yet. Uh,
Mhm.
whenever that lightning damage connects, a like burst of like you hear the sound of like crystal shattering, and then this thing gets hit with a burst of like just force damage.
Okay.
So a strength save. The DC is 8 plus 2 is 10 plus uh wisdom is 5, so 15. DC 15.
Okay. So this thing reaches out, right? It's, as I said, it sort of elongates in sort of an amorphous way and reaches out and sort of, touches you on your neck to deliver this lightning damage. And as it does, it is pushed back into this wall and the light just goes out.
Oh, that's new.
I think what goes on up here, right, is this. Oh, I know what goes on. This will-o-wisp does. Okay. It does something. And now it's Corsonis' turn.
Okay. I will move to get line of sight, not see it, but where did it go? Where did it go? And I will ready a mind sliver.
Okay.
When I see it.
Right. Exidia, it is now your turn proper.
Nice. I don't think. I want to. I don't know if this is actually going to help or anything, but I'm going to
Mhm.
move out here, and I'm going to cast Detect Magic. And just look around. Probably isn't going to help. It's not the same as the invisibility.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I should have done instead. Oops.
Great. Anything else you want to do? You don't
No,
see
that's
any
it.
pings. Okay. Piety.
Anybody see it? No? Cool. Gonna just, yeah, I guess hold an Eldritch Blast for if I see it. With a bonk instead of a dink, specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
All right. We have no idea what the other invisible creature is doing in this moment. So, Nim, it is back to you.
Well, I see that everyone here is like pointed in the direction of the floating box. So I'm going to remove the floating box.
Okay. And there is nothing there.
Ta-da!
The fucked up magic trick.
I
Did
don't
you
think...
kill it?
Yes.
Incredible.
Oh, you got to stab that fucking box for no reason.
I don't have anything else to do because he doesn't know.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. Kaz.
Okay. So that's one gone. Where the fuck is the other one?
I probably fled. We're probably good.
Oh, he probably fled. Okay.
Right.
Actually, no. Let's just do some countative methods. 5, 10, 15. Oh, I got hella fucking movement. I'm cool. Like I'm gonna take some dust off the counter, and I'm gonna try to throw it and see if I catch anything invisible.
Okay. Can you ping the direction in where you're throwing it?
I don't. Oh fuck! I don't. Probably in like this direction over here.
Okay. Okay. The good news is that you do not cover any of your party members in dust.
Good.
The bad news is, other than some debris, you don't really cover anything else in dust either. But I do
okay,
like
hey.
the idea.
Huh?
Anything else?
I was just gonna say, well, hey, they fucking left. We beat up some lights. Good job, everybody. Good job.
I'll also point out that they totally did kick our ass too, or at least my ass.
Yeah, no. But you're a part of the team, so it hurt me as much as it hurt you.
I'm an empath.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And with that, a light blinks back on, and I assume a 20 hits you, Exidia,
Oh.
Yes, it does.
and that's 13 points of lightning damage.
Sweet. Does it become invisible, or does it become
Oh no!
visible?
Like
when that
the
happens?
light blinks back on, and it reaches out to touch you, much like the other one did.
Sweet, because if I can see it, I would like to do another telekinetic
Great,
reprisal.
do it. And what was the DC on that? You don't even need to roll the
Everybody should have their
damage.
held actions.
The DC is 15.
It doesn't matter. The light blinks out just like the other one.
Nice.
Yeah, it had a whopping 1 hit point, and its strength save ended up being a -4. So
Oh yeah, well it takes half damage on a fail. So.
right. So yeah, so that's the end of
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so with that, the Exidia, the next thing you feel is it feels sort of like a hug.
Okay, so I've discovered that whenever I get shocked, I kind of explode a little bit. Also, there's this weird like pressure around me now. I don't know what's going on. It's like
Is it-
closing in from all sides. Like I'm in like the grasp of something.
Is it squeezing you to death?
Not to death.
Okay.
It's
You-
actually kind of nice.
You sort of have described something that sounds truly terrible, and you don't seem very worried about it.
It's
Yeah,
it surprised me, but it's pleasant actually. This is cool.
Exidia, you feel 2 taps on the back of your chest,
On the back of my chest.
or on your back. I'm sorry.
Okay. Just like inside of me.
Inside?
No, I'm sorry.
my heart.
Yes, they're inside of you. This is now
Oh.
going to become alien roleplay.
What I've
Got
always
us,
wanted.
got us.
Finally, the campaign.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I think it's. Oh, it's just probably Leaf. Hey, Leaf.
You feel
Is
2
it-
more taps on your back.
Is it leaf? Is it liff? Is it like I don't
Well, they tapped yes whenever I said Leaf,
Okay.
so I'm gonna go
Right.
with Leaf.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
or leaf.
Um, you feel Leaf let go of you, Exidia, and there's a brief moment of quiet, and then, well, I mean, it's still quiet, but you hear a couple light raps on the bar, and then you just see very slowly a line under his initial question. Open for business?
Oh. Oh.
We still don't have anything to sell yet. But soon, right? Everyone, I don't see why we shouldn't take advantage of this incredibly helpful friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down.
I said that poorly, but
I want to go in business with Leaf.
The debris along the ground, starting right about over here, starts moving a little bit. And it takes a few minutes to realize what's going on because there's sort of debris moving around in various places at various times, right? But apparently, Leaf seems to be moving the debris into small piles.
Or
Great,
cleaning
so-
now. Yeah.
yeah, Leaf can take care of this down here. We can go check the rest of the building, and then go acquaint ourselves with the neighboring facilities. All right, so sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to let whoever know that we're gonna go through with the bar idea so they can start making that happen? Take out a loan or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think we should tell them probably as soon as we get ourselves like
Well, I just
into the area.
perhaps. I mean, there's more to this building than this floor. Perhaps we'd like to.
Yes. We finished
Yeah.
looking it over. Then
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Leaf can keep cleaning down here because this place is going to take them quite a bit of time.
Yeah, it's a shithole.
And they have no arms.
You don't.
Hey,
know
hey,
that.
hey now.
They have no
Leaf.
tangible corporeal arms.
Okay.
Wait,
well,
then
How are they
What were they?
cleaning already?
With
You see?
incorporeal arms.
oh,
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't see why you should need
Okay.
to make that distinction then.
Yeah, does this really even fucking matter? Like they got arms, okay? Like I think
Yeah, okay,
just let
that's
them
fair
have their
also.
ghost
Let's
arms.
just go see the rest of this place.
Okay. There is, let's figure out the best way to do this. I think the best way to do this, since there are no more fights to be had, at least for the moment, in here. So let's just do this. All right, I've turned dynamic lighting off, so you should be able to see all of the levels now. Is that right?
whoa. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
shit, there's-
Okay, let me
God.
explain what's going on. Right. So this is the ground floor. This is the second floor. So the middle's the second floor. The very
I'm not
left
seeing
is the third
pings
floor.
If you're pinging, but
I am pinging.
but
so
now
I'm
you've
not-
given me
You're not
locational
pinging
stuff.
anything.
So there we
Okay.
go. Well, that's Cass.
All right.
Was that the cellar
It's
down there?
interesting that you're not seeing my pings. Let's see if I do it over here.
But it's just like first
that.
going up in like a counterclockwise.
Correct.
Yeah, second.
Right.
And this is the
so
cellar down here.
top right is the first floor. Top center is the second floor. Top left is the third floor. The bottom left is, I guess, the fourth floor, right?
Like the attic.
Yeah, the attic. And then the bottom right is the cellar.
Hmm.
Right. And really, other than, just more debris and broken stuff, and a couple things on the second and third floor,
Hey,
that there seem to have been some more of the sort of cult rituals that you've seen in other abandoned buildings that have gone on here at some point, but it's also, it doesn't look real serious. It's sort of, it looks almost like, high school kids drawing pentagrams somewhere. There's no evidence that anything really more than that has ever sort of gone on here. But yeah, this is and
Call this number for a good time.
you can see there are. I'm not sure why it's not pinging for everybody, so let me try it over here.
Are you on the right layer, Adam?
I'm
That's-
seeing the ping is the weird thing.
I don't see the things.
Let's see. Probably not. How about? That is not at all what I wanted to do.
Did see that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that?
Yes.
Okay. So, like here on the second floor is a little balcony, right? It's sort of hard to tell. You can tell it's not here on the first floor. It's here on the second floor, and you're looking down on it from the third floor,
Oh.
right?
Gotcha.
These stairs, right? It's tricky, and quite frankly, like, we can play fast and loose with it, but these stairs are to the second floor, and they're from the outside, right? So, like, the way the house is currently constituted is the first floor was set up as some sort of bar, right? And the second and third floors there was a separate entrance to them. There was no entrance to them from the first floor. So that was set up as like living quarters. But obviously, however you guys want to reconstitute it, should you want to reconstitute it, that's up to you. I don't know that a final decision has been made, but it sounds like you are leaning towards opening some sort of business here, if for no other reason than to take advantage of your invisible buddy Leaf. Should you choose to open a tavern, right? And I can print these up for you at a later date, should you decide to go this route. We've got two options on how to run that, right? The easy way is to just say, okay, well, in addition to the 1,000 gold pieces that are going to be required to renovate this place for a business, right? Which the Castellaners have offered to loan you. If you don't want to go with them, you might be able to explore other avenues of getting that 1,000 gold, but it's probably going to have to come in the form of a loan unless you've got some super creative idea. And then in addition, it would be per 10 day. It's 60 gold pieces in cost. And then once a 10 day, somebody rolls a D20. We multiply that times 10 to get your income for the 10 day, subtract the 60 gold pieces, and there's your profit. Or hopefully profit, and hopefully not loss, but potentially loss as well. If you want to make things more complicated, but also run the option of making more money, right? We can essentially turn the costs, right, into a D20 times 5, right? And then similarly, the income, right, D20 times 5 times 2, and it'll be clear why it's broken up that way in a second. But if we do it the more complicated way, everyone will have an opportunity to attempt to either reduce the costs, right, or to increase the profits. And just as an example, Nim, if you either felt comfortable cheating the system or could find a way around the fact that you currently don't have a license to perform, right, you could say, oh, I'm going to conduct a performance at the bar, right, and hopefully that will bring in more patrons, right? I'd have you roll a performance check, and then depending on the result of that check, we would either add or subtract a 1 from the multiplier on the profit side, right? You could also, critical success would be a +2, critical failure would be a -2, right? Similarly, you could try and reduce costs if you wanted to try and persuade a local butcher to give you a sweetheart deal because, you know, you're Rainier's rescuers and being associated with the newest heroes of Waterdeep would be good for business. Same sort of thing. So long and short of it, depending on how involved you want tavern running to be, there's an easy way and a hard way.
I like the hard way, but that's because that's the kind of game I like to play.
Uh-huh.
But I also know that's the hard way, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, it's it makes no difference to me one way or the other. It's entirely up to what y'all want to do. Although
Yeah, how
I
does
think
everyone else feel?
right, I mean, I think the first step in this process, right, is determining, is everyone on the same page in terms of whether or not you want to run a tavern out of this space?
I do. I want to work with Eve.
Hell yeah.
No.
Sonus is happy to stay here. He's sort of ambivalent on the whole business front, but
Yeah, I'm sold on the business because there's the ghost. I think like I'm not really itching to play Tavern Simulator, but like the complicated version is just doing a little more math a little more often.
Mhm.
We don't actually have to role play nights at the tavern all the time. So
Yeah,
I'm down
we'll
with
just be
that.
doing a few more rolls plus like some creative thought process on like how we are improving the
Right.
situation. So.
I mean, yeah, I
AI.
agree.
We've all done AI.
Right. I mean, right. I agree with all of that. Right. In that, when it comes time to make those rolls, like I'm not going to be expecting anyone to role play what it is they're doing to either reduce costs or increase profits. However, right, I will expect some sort of description of an idea, right? So I'd like something a little bit more than, yeah, I'm going to roll a performance check to increase profits, right? Like, I'd like to know, ideally, I'd like to know what it is that you are planning on doing, if anything, because a perfectly reasonable answer is, yeah, I don't really care. I'm not going to do anything one way or the other. Whatever it is, right? But if you want to try and affect things one way or the other, tell me what it is, and then I'll tell you what kind of role it is. And look, if you really want to role play it, that's great too, but not necessary. All right, so it sounds like that's what we're going with. Does that sound? Am I putting words in anybody's mouth? Is that, or is that where the consensus is?
Sounds
I'm all
good to me.
for it.
That was
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, fantastic. So it sounds like the next step that you all have to figure out before we can get there, right, is how you're securing the initial investment necessary, right, to outfit this space to be a functioning tavern. Currently, you have an offer on the table from the Castellanters. That is a no interest loan.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are just gonna give us money. Like, I mean, that sounds fine.
Yeah, no interest sounds nice, actually.
It might be the best offer that we're going to find.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do.
Yeah, and actually, to be clear, right, they did offer a no interest loan with the clause that they could give you 90 days notice on the loan at any time, right? And then they offered sort of a more traditional loan, right, where it was as long as you make monthly interest payments, right, you're fine, right? If you miss a monthly interest payment, you're in default, right? Anything you pay over the monthly interest payments goes to reduce the principal of the loan, goes to reduce the 1,000 gold. So those are the two outstanding offers, both from the Castellanters.
If they are to give us a 90-day notice, then we would be out on our ass handing the tavern back over to them. Pretty much guaranteed, but 90 days is still quite a bit of time to possibly come up with the entire balance. I mean, it's not entirely without the realm of possibility that we could make 1,000 gold pieces in 90 days. Not likely, but it could happen.
I mean, 90 days is a lot of time, though.
Yeah,
We could make money
that's
easy,
good.
right? How hard could it be?
I
Pretty
believe.
darn hard in my experience.
Well, yeah, but now you got a whole tavern behind you. So hey, hold on.
A whole tavern is
Oh,
looking a lot like 4 people and a ghost. But
Okay, maybe
Point
this
is
is kind of
taken.
risky of a play.
There
Yeah,
are
this is
5 of us.
I wasn't counting myself in that.
Oh.
Right.
Why wouldn't you count yourself?
Behind myself?
well, okay. So this is going to be a risky investment, but I believe that if we take the no interest rates, I feel like we can get the gold back
Settle
within the
down.
90 days. But probably don't listen to me. My brother was just in debtor's jail. I don't think I have the best of judgment on this one either.
Right, and I certainly have my own debts that I'm currently working on. That is trifling to say the least, and frankly, less than the money that they're asking. But interest free is very promising. Does
It's
anyone have
very
any
enticing.
mighty reservations about interest free 90 days?
Oh no, that I mean I suppose that seems fine. If we're just going to be
All right. We can go and tell them that while they're here still, we'll like peek out the window to make sure they're still on the street.
Kicking rocks.
You peek out the window, right? And the Castellanters appear to be currently held hostage by Volo. He's rambling on about something, and what's her name? Amalia has a very pleasant expression on, but and it would be hard to tell that she was doing anything other than sort of enthusiastically listening if it wasn't for her husband, right, who has got like half his back turned to the conversation and his arms crossed in front of him, and is occasionally like doing that thing where he's just staring up into the sky as if he's stretching his neck, right, and like looking around for any sort of help, right, that he can appeal to get himself and his wife out of this conversation. And Volo is just plowing and does not give a fuck, right? Whatever the hell he's talking about, he is just continuing to talk about it. So yes, they're all still out there.
All right, let's go save those poor bastards.
Okay. So back out on the street you go, and as you do, Zard motions to his slightly anemic band, and they kick up playing again. And yeah, you are free to interrupt. As you approach the Castle Lanterns, Volo is just rambling on about, it was a preposterous marketing strategy. I don't understand why he thought people would be interested in buying it as part of a gift set with 2 other books they already had. But that is all behind us, and the money will be flowing in no time now that they can buy the tome by itself, finally.
Great news.
Mr.
Great news.
Volvo.
Yes.
Kaz, did you wanna?
Why didn't you tell us there was a fucking ghost in there?
There's a what?
You know,
It's great. It's great.
A
He's
ghost?
good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, you just don't drop that on somebody, though. The fucking ghost house.
They're very friendly.
Have you all been checked for group psychosis? Like, I understand you spent much time down in the sewers. Are you all right? No, I mean,
I like take off my shirt to show off like this like burn mark from the.
Oh, yeah.
from
oh yes, let's get you back to the yawning portal and get the house cleric to take a look at that.
Actually, no, that's fine. It's more about the fact that there is a ghost. Also, we are cool with the ghost. Actually, turns out.
Oh, well, wonderful. Then the ghost comes free of charge. You're welcome.
The actual good news we
You
have.
wanna come talk to him?
The actual good news that we have is that we've decided to take you up on your offer for the interest-free loan that we discussed with the 90-day immediate repayment plan.
Victoro pushes Volo out of the way. Doesn't say anything, but just pushes him out of the way, right? And Amalia just says, "Oh well, that's wonderful. We're as we said earlier, we're happy to be in business with you, and if it's the least we can do to repay the kindness that you have shown to another noble of Waterdeep, and I think in the long run it is in Victoria and mine's best interest to ensure that y'all stick around and are well situated for who knows when other nobles might need brave souls such as yourself. It is our pleasure. I hope you don't mind if we publicize this a little bit with your reputation. It will be a boon for us, and at least initially, it might be a boon for whatever tavern you plan on opening.
Absolutely. Publicity from on your part and amongst your circles would certainly lend at least ear to, even if not people you keep company, perhaps those who serve in their households.
Wonderful. I'm sure that you will have customers from all stations. Let's take care of that paperwork, and paperwork is taken care of. It's sort of
Anyone
mid-after-
here have the plaintiff background that gives you proficiency in
Nice.
legalese or whatever the hell?
That's documents.
With that, Amelia and Victoro simply thank you, right? State that they will have a contractor in touch, but they're going to take care of all of the financial needs to get this place renovated, as well as all of the contracting and hiring. All you've got to do is let them know what you want done, and which is both very nice and mechanically easy way to just say, let's decide what you want the place to look like, right? Or how you want it situated, particularly whether you want to rent out or have living space or some combination of both on the second, third, and fourth floors. And then we can just sort of snap our fingers and say, yes, the Castellanters have made that happen.
I think
So,
living quarters on the third floor, and then we can use the actual second floor for like guests.
Mhm.
And we don't have to go into the hairy details about this right now, but like
Right.
Yeah. And then
it's
keep
it's
the
like
attic
made
for our
easy
own
for us.
like purposes also.
Yeah. Plus the third floor has the tower room for whoever wants that one.
Excellent.
Literally all of us.
Fantastic. So the Castellanters are on their way. They excuse themselves and head off towards the east. Volo, who was engaged in a conversation with a local merchant against that local merchant's will, right? Sees that the Castellanters are making their exit and simply waves a hand at you. Good day. I will catch up with you all later. Victorio, Amelia, one moment, please. And he hustles off after them to bother them about Lord knows what.
Should never meet your heroes.
Zardoz, with a flourish, has the band stop and says, remember, heroes deserve a night off. The Sea Maiden Fair. Meet me there this evening or the next. We'll be there for some time. Now,
I'd like to see you at both.
well, I'm easy to find. We're off. Let's away, band. And he starts motioning as if he were the grand marshal of a marching band. And the band just packs their shit up and casually walks off. Like they're not interested in that at all. But he does not give a fuck. This is for Zardoz. This is not like he's doing his thing. So,
Literally the best.
what's that?
I said literally the best.
So that's where we are. What is next? We can go back inside and try and have a conversation with Leaf that's a little bit more relaxed. We can go around and meet some of the neighbors, or we can just kick it until the Sea Maiden Fair. Or, I mean, you're in Waterdeep. Like, you can do any number of other things that you might like to do.
What if we split up and met the neighbors in separate groups?
Ooh.
Like some people head west, some people head east.
That is certainly an option.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Which I say just say so that more people can have definitely opportunity to like fully interact with these NPCs.
All right, let's do this. Let's work out who's headed in which direction. And once we do that, we will take our break. And not at all, so I can dig up all the information about what the fuck is going on in this alley.
I want to go west. I want to go to the left.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll go west. Westies.
Okay, so
Feels like a bad hockey team.
West is best.
Period. Wait, no, East Coast, Beast Coast. Shut up.
Fuck y'all.
yeah, I always heard it as left coast is the best coast.
I think people were fucking with you.
I don't know. My boy
I
who lives in
trust
LA
Coastal.
absolutely loves it and can't fucking stand weather of any sort anymore. So
Oh, when I say fucking with you, like
Mhm.
everyone says West Coast, best coast, and if they were saying left coast,
I
like
gotcha.
left coast, best coast, they were fucking with you.
I gotcha. Now that's entirely possible. He's also. I also had a conversation, I shit you not, where for 20, 25 minutes he was talking about this new dog he got and how cute it was and how wonderful, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, being a dog lover, I was just going on and on and on and on. And then literally at just under the 30-minute mark, he goes, "Hey, Adam." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, I got to tell you something. I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, man, I don't have a dog."
What the fuck?
Like, dude,
Pathological liar for
right,
no
what
fucking
were,
reason.
right, what were we just doing? He's like, "I don't know, man."
I was
Oh my
wrong.
God.
You were
Like, all right,
participating.
fair enough.
Oh my god.
Where do Corsonas and Exidio want to go?
I
Evaporate
can
into the
honestly coin
void.
flip it.
Okay. How about if we do this? I'll make it easy. Unless people have explicit directions they want to go for some reason, which is fine if you do. I know Piety and Kaz have already called heading west, right?
West
But
Coast.
otherwise, I will just pick a couple of the neighbors that each of you will meet. How does that sound?
Better, yeah.
Better? Okay. I'll take care of that then. All right, and let's take, let's take 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
bring this back in so we're ready to go. Great. You are now officially business owners in Waterdeep. And I guess the next thing on the list here, right, is to meet some of your fellow business owners here in Troll Skull Alley. Let's, because it makes sense to me, let's just go counterclockwise. So we will start here at the Tiger's Eye. Piety and Kaz, it sounds like you're wandering together.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So the Tiger's Eye, it's very sort of plain out front. There is a hanging sign that is just the face of a tiger with what appears to be just like a big circle over the right eye of this tiger, and that right eyeball is like 3 times the size of the rest of the tiger. And says the Tiger's Eye underneath. You open the door. Little bell rings as you do. It's a little weird because when you walk in, there's like maybe 3 feet, right, before there's just a full floor to ceiling wall, and you've got to make like a hard left turn, right? But there's no other door or anything. It's just like a little break between the main door and the main space. But once you jog around this little wall, you just see a plain room, right, with one desk sitting sort of almost in the middle of the room, right, and a fairly thin human sitting in the chair behind the desk. He's smoking a rather long, rather thin pipe, and he is gesturing to 2 chairs that they're facing him, right? But they're actually at either side of the desk. Right, so there's nothing on sort of the front side of the desk, and at either side of the desk, there's a chair that's facing him, and he is sitting in a nice high back chair, almost jet black hair, pencil thin mustache. Can I help you?
Well, we just came to introduce ourselves. You know, we just moved in across the street. So, my name is Kaz. This is my friend here.
Hey, I'm Piety.
Nice to meet you. Trench. Vincent Trench.
Nice to meet you as well, Mr. Trent. What kind of establishment you got going around here? What is this?
Tiger's Eye. Private Eye.
Oh,
Ooh, that's good.
No question too big. No price too big.
Hell yeah.
yeah. So how long you been in Waterdeep, my friend?
Well, let's see now. And he takes a big puff on his pipe. Does that sort of French inhale thing where you exhale from your mouth and inhale through your nose.
Pretty cool, actually.
blows out a big cloud. Going on 25 years now, I think.
Oh, 25.
Oh my God, I wish I had the Rippin' Fat Clouds MP3. That would be fucking perfect right now.
Hold on.
Give it to us.
It's right here. Boom. And that's why I keep shit on my desktop, Tyler.
Is that fucking Ted?
Yes.
Yeah. What might be the
I
most
love
glorious
this so
soundbite
much.
of all time.
Wow.
Okay, this was completely worth the whole night. Oh. oh, you're a private eye. Oh, so-
Mm-hmm. Been here about 25 years, Waterdeep.
Yeah. You know, actually, I think, could you help me find somebody?
Certainly. What I do. What you need, boss?
I gotta find a half elf gentleman such as myself. Such on the bigger size. Name's Jax Damaris. Yeah. I only have 19 gold at the moment. If that would be okay.
Well, sounds like you're going to have to come back and see me when you've got 31 more gold.
31. Okay. Yeah, that's easy right there.
What else I need to know about this Jax? Half elf, big.
Big, he's a simple man. Well, I really haven't seen him in a long while. He has a scar on his left ear. He's really missing like the earlobe. Well, it's not the earlobe; it's the pointy parts. He's missing a big chunk out of that. That's a big defining feature of him. He's a fighting type of guy. So if you see him around, he might be in the shady bits of the area.
Who is this guy to you, boss?
Oh, family. He's my brother.
Is this a brother is gonna be happy to hear from you, or is likely to run the other way?
I would assume he'll be happy to see me again. I don't know any reason why he wouldn't.
Well, how's this sound to you? Since we're new neighbors and all, I'll get started working on this, boss, and any information I'll find, I'll withhold it till you can pay me my 50 gold piece price. That work for you?
All right. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Mr. Trunch. That'd be perfect, actually.
Fantastic. Now, where exactly do you say you're moving into?
Oh, we got this little thing going on right across the street. We didn't really name it yet, but it's gonna be a nice little tavern area. So, first couple drinks on me. Hey, come on.
Wait, are you saying the Haggletons across the street sold their place?
Their place was Troll Skull Manor.
Oh,
Previously called. We're renaming it.
You're moving into Troll Skull Manor.
Yes.
All right.
Why?
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Would we need luck for that endeavor?
Well, I mean, I just know it'd been boarded up for a good long time.
Yeah.
Seems like take a lot of work get that place up and running.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Well, Can't wait to see what you do with it.
Well, can't wait to show you.
Anything else I can do for you, boss?
Okay, I think I'm gonna start leaving. No, it was nice to meet you and everything. I'll be back as soon as I have the 50 gold for you.
Excellent. Patty, Cass, good to meet you.
Right back at you.
Mm.
And she'll start heading out.
Fantastic. While this is going on, Corsonus, you wander sort of, you sort of follow them down the alley and watch them go into the Tiger's Eye, and you continue wandering down in that direction, and on the right over here, there is a shop that certainly catches your eye. It is Bookworm's Treasure, with a cute little sign with a chest that is open, right? And in this open chest with lines, that you would imagine depicting the shininess of the treasure within, are emanating from this chest. But the chest is just filled with books. And as you stroll in, it is like musty in here, but not like not like a damp mustiness, just like there's tons and tons of old paper and old books, and there are simple but fairly beautiful, in the materials that are used to build these floor to ceiling bookshelves that are packed with tomes. And like on the floor in front of these bookshelves, there are books just stacked on top of each other that are just on the floor. There's not enough shelf space for all of the books in this location. There's a counter that has some bookshelves behind it, and you can also see what is clearly a storage space for scrolls that is back there. And as you're taking this in, a short gold dragonborn comes like shuffling out from between the stacks, and in his right hand he's got piled like 3 or 4 books that he's sort of holding in place with his left hand, and he has a couple scrolls tucked under his left arm, and he's scurrying around, and I'll be with you in a minute. I'm just trying to, I've got to get organized. It's terribly difficult to stay on top of everything otherwise. Just give me one moment. And he disappears back into another set of stacks. And a moment or two goes by, and you hear a crash. And oh, fiddlesticks. And he comes back out to the counter, and it's unclear if he's wiping dust off of his cloak or if he's wiping dust off of his hands onto his cloak, or if he's just sort of smoothing his cloak down in sort of ritualistic, self-soothing fashion. But he says, I am, as he approaches the counter, well, I apologize for my tardiness. I am Rochelle the Page Turner, and this is my establishment, Bookworm's Treasure. How may I help you today?
I'm just meeting people in the area. We just moved into, and he will gesture vaguely towards our new home. Troll Skull, I believe it was called, something like that.
Oh, excellent bones, Troll Skull Manor. I hope you'll treat it right.
I'm going to assume you don't mean there are literal bones hidden somewhere in that building. Although I would not be surprised if that's the case. No, we're happy to move in. I couldn't help but noticing your bookstore here. You wouldn't also happen to be a purveyor of specialty inks and paper, would you?
Well, not usually. I mean, usually I reserve those things for myself. There are many magic shops that can sell you these things, but I guess as a neighbor, I buy these things in bulk. If you'd like me to pick some up for you, and split the charge, I guess I could get you some at a discount.
That would be fantastic.
Well, yes, it's the neighborly thing to do, don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. And if there's ever anything, we're opening a tavern. Well, drinks, entertainment, meals, good time. We'll be there when other duties don't take me away.
Wonderful. Do you know anybody that would like to buy some books?
I probably do. Yes.
Oh, I have lots of books. Too many books, quite frankly. I mean, not that there's ever really such a thing as too many books, but that's how one finds themselves in this sort of predicament. I mean, I don't have the space for all of the books that I have, but I can't not have the books that I have. They're books, and I like the books.
I can see how that's a problem. Very, very, very circular trap that you not path, excuse me, that you have found yourself in.
Oh, well, yeah, it's certainly a circular path, although I might say that you were more correct the first time. I'm a little bit of trapped here, but it's okay. Organization is the key. I will organize myself out of this problem.
Uh-huh. I mean, the tavern, for me at least, is secondary to my time on, and I will produce my emblem on Force Gray, if there's anything that the city of Waterdeep's finest can do for you.
Oh, Rashal puts both his hands up in the air. It's like, oh, officer, I've done nothing. I'm just kidding with you. It's nice to have, I guess, the law around.
Well, we're
Never
not
know-
Force Gray. We're not really the law. We're not the guard, so to speak. Just more defenders of the city of Waterdeep from things the guards are unprepared for. That's all. I can't arrest or anything like that. That's. I mean, look at me. I've got noodle arms.
Yeah, well, with the right scroll, you don't need to worry about the physical muscle. It's all up here. And Rashal taps a finger to his temple.
I will telekinetically grab one of the closest books and pull it over. I definitely agree.
You touch it, you bought it.
I didn't touch it.
No,
Though.
I'm just kidding with you. Can you put it back, though?
Yeah, no, I can definitely do that.
Okay, because organization, that's how I'm going to get out of the mess that I'm in here.
Right. I mean, do you have any sort of specialty to the books that you buy or sell?
Oh no, I mean, uh, well, what do you mean specialty? And he leans in a little closer.
Any specific subjects?
Oh, we have all subjects. You're not you're not talking about the erotic fiction section in the back, are you?
What? No.
No.
I mean, wait,
I mean,
that
history.
a
We
thing?
have lots of history books. We sell
Oh,
history books.
that who would buy that sort of thing? What?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, it
I
came to
mean,
me at an estate sale. I would never.
I was trying to do the "It's Sunny" thing, but I can't get the meme right. Um, and yes. Anyway, if I could, uh, I- just I will peruse for a little bit, and if there's something that catches my eye, and I will certainly pass along the specifics of your establishment to my new business companions, and I'm sure that they'll certainly be interested.
Oh, wonderful. Um, Rashal produces um a scroll that um he sort of pins one end under his left hand on the counter and uses his right hand to smooth the rest of it out in front of you. Says, "Well, this is what these are the scrolls we have in stock currently. If you're interested in any of them, um, and you are free to peruse. It's as you do, right, or as you do going forward, you'll notice everything that's out in the open. I mean, it's a wide variety of books and a wide variety of subjects, but it's primarily just a bookstore. Um, but does have some magic books and does have some spell scrolls, which I am putting in chat right now. Um, let me just finish these real quick. And I haven't figured out what the discount will be on ink and paper, but I'll figure that out and let you know.
Okay. Um, I will do a little bit of shopping.
Mhm.
I'm going to let me think. I'm going to do a little bit of shop. I'll message you the sorts of books I'm looking for
Okay.
when I can get my brain together.
Fantastic. So at least for the time being, what do you say we leave you perusing in the bookstore?
Sounds good.
Okay. We will let's head in the opposite direction for a second and go to this location with Nim, right? And you see a it's like a 2-story tall warehouse. and there are like there's a regular sort of door here, but along the side you can see there are barn doors that are swung open, and there is a rather broad, appears to be a half elf, doing something with lumber and a saw out front, right? And as you sort of wrap around this corner, you can sort of see into the warehouse, and there's a lot of lumber in there. And this guy's just, it appears, going to town on some wood, breaking it down to size for whatever project he's working on.
Hello.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there.
Worries. I'm Nim Dornian. And he'll stick out his hand.
Hold on. Give me a second. And he puts his saw down and wipes his hands off on a leather apron and extends a hand to meet yours. Tally Fell Branch.
Eld Branch?
Fell Branch.
Okay.
Proprietor here, the Bent Nail.
Oh, excellent. Well, I and some of my friends have just moved in, planning on opening the old manor down the way into a tavern, probably within the week. We're just getting familiar with the area.
Really,
I,
the old you're talking about Leaf's old place.
Correct. Actually, Leaf's still there.
What's that you
Sort.
say now?
I'll minor illusion a ghost next to me, like a sheet ghost.
Well, he did always love that place and say he'd if I had his way, he'd never leave. But I guess he got his way then.
All right. Yes. Quite a place you have here. What is it that you do?
Oh, well, woodworking of all sorts. Wooden weapons, wooden shields, wooden tables, wooden chairs, wooden furniture, all sorts. Hey, you said you were planning to open that place up within a week?
Well, if we're lucky, wood furniture actually would be something that we'd be in dire need of. Leaf sort of had his way with most of it, and or time or vandals, what have you. There's not much there as far as whole structures anymore. There's just a lot of scrap.
Well, clear all that garbage out and you can get yourself a genuine Fell Branch.
I take it that's a
We'll
known
outfit
name
that whole
around here.
first floor. Well, certainly. I mean, at least in this alley.
Well, that's very, very kind of you, and much appreciated, actually. Tell me, is it just you who operates this establishment?
Yeah, just me.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, we'd love to have you when we finally open. I'd be happy to serve you. For your assistance, anyway. I would be confident in telling you that you'd be able to drink for free on our opening night.
Oh, well, that sounds wonderful. I mean, you might want to rethink that when you see how many I can put away. And he sort of pats his belly. But look, I'll just be pleased as punch to see that place open again. I used to go there back in the day when Leaf ran it. So, and hell, it'll be nice just to have another entertainment option on the block.
Oh, exciting that you're interested in entertainment. We should be soon acquiring, hopefully anyway, the appropriate permits, guild memberships and whatnot, so that eventually we'll actually have a performer within the tavern proper.
Oh, well, that sounds fantastic.
Just barring, of course, guild entry and all that.
Oh, well. Got to play nice with the guilds here in Waterdeep. Hard to get anything accomplished.
Agreed. Speaking of, do you know of any names or anyone that we should be in contact with? If Leaf sort of lost his way of communicating better. Probably knew more vineyards and such, but you wouldn't happen to have any names, would you?
Well, sounds like you already know you got to deal with the Entertainers Guild if you want to have people putting on any sort of performance there. And then, so there's the umbrella of the Entertainers Guild. There's the Clown and Jugglers Guild if you're going to have people working through the crowd like that. There's a Singer-Songwriter Guild if it's going to be more performances. We're going to have to get the ale and mead people involved. Going to have to get the linen people involved. Well, there's just a whole bunch of guilds. I can make up a list for you.
Oh, could you? That would be lovely, actually.
Yeah, and then, oh boy, trash removal guild. They're a real problem. Yeah. We've been meaning to do something about that, but there's scary folk in the trash removal guild. We'll figure something out, though. Yeah, no problem. I'll get a list together for you, all them individuals.
I lost you there for a minute, Adam.
Oh, we'll get a list together of all them individuals for you. And as I talk with this guy more and more, he's turning into Vincent Trench of the Tiger's Eye, but that's all right. Bound to happen.
Yeah, it's fine. It was a pleasure speaking with you, meeting you. We'll certainly be coming through here, and we'll let you know as soon as the first floor's clear. You can come take a look and see what sort of things you might be able to fit around. In the meantime, I mean, of course, naturally, we'd be happy to anyone we meet who might be in need of furniture. We'd be happy to point in your direction.
That sounds great. Just let me know who I should get in contact with about tables and chairs and, well, maybe some oak casks, maybe a new bar top.
Certainly, yes.
Yeah, so we'll exchange that information and yeah, best of luck to you. I hope your new endeavor is a huge success.
Oh, me too. He just kind of he kind of gives a grimacy smile, and says, anyone else around here? You see the guilds; they're important to be familiar with. Anyone else we should be either looking out for or trying to make friendly with in the area?
Well, I don't rightly know, to be honest with you. I don't do a lot in the service industry, so to speak. So I don't have to deal with the public nearly as much as someone operating a tavern. But if you want to know about people in the neighborhood or in the area, or just stuff about people in general, and he points a finger down the alley, you might want to stop by the Tiger's Eye, talk to Vincent. He's awfully good at what he does.
Right? Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to meet you, Tally.
Nice to meet you too, Nim. Picks up his saw and gets back to work. As you're leaving, you probably wouldn't have noticed this except for your exploits yesterday. You can see in this area of the alley, there is an entrance to the sewer.
Sorry, could you
Yeah.
ping it again?
Yeah, it's just to the southeast of Tally Fellbranch's warehouse. It's down here in this corner.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
and yeah, like I
hopefully that
said,
won't matter
there's
to us.
right. I mean, there's currently like nothing at all that stands out about it, right? And the only reason you notice it is because you just spent a shitload of time in the sewers. Like these things are sort of at the forefront of your mind. All right. Let's go around the corner to this location where I lost my sheet here. Exidia, as you approach, you hear just the clanging of metal on metal, and you see occasional like puffs of smoke escaping a huge chimney from here. The windows are all steamed up, right? And they seem to just like as the steam sort of drips down and starts to subside a little bit, it's just blasted with another bit of steam. The front door is open, but no one see the front of this shop is small. Like the door opens in, right? And there's enough room for like you to get out of the way of the door, right? To close it, and like two little chairs, and then there's just a counter, and that's it for the front area of the shop. And you hear all sorts of activity going on in the back, but nobody's out front currently.
I'm gonna turn into a little spider and then go in the back.
Okay. Fantastic. What you see as you skitter slowly into the back area is a working forge. There is a medium height, slight individual that is working the bellows to add some oxygen to this forge. And as the embers in this forge begin to glow hotter and hotter, you can actually see bits of this individual, like tiny strands of this individual's beard, as well as some of the veins in his arms appear to match that glow, that orange, first like red, and then orange, then yellow, and then white, and just increase with each additional burst of air that he is adding to this forge. Meanwhile, in a pair of heavy leather sleeves and a mask with just darkened lens in the front. You can see an individual a little bit taller, a little bit broader, and they have a enormous chunk of metal that they are putting into this forge, pulling out, putting it on an anvil, smashing it with a steel mallet. Occasionally, they'll rest the mallet down for a second, and then it looks like they're just. It looks almost like they're squeezing like an invisible fruit or something in their hand, or squeezing an invisible ball in their hand. And as they do, it looks almost like when you wring out a sponge and water just pours out of the bottom of their hand and onto this sword to cool it in the areas that they're looking for. And they quickly pick the hammer back up and start pounding again. And they just repeat this process over and over. Every now and then, the only sort of conversation you hear between the two of them is it's all very abbreviated, and it's clearly two people that have been working together for a long time. It's you hear things like one will say, "Make sure you," and the other just, "Yeah, I got it." Right, and then they'll say, "I need you to." I know, hotter, and they're clearly in sync. They clearly know what's going on, and the only time you hear any speech, it's cut off very quickly with the other one being like, yeah, I'm on it.
Honestly, I think Exidia is just going to start building a little web in the corner and just like watch this go on. And then whenever I start feeling my wild shape giving up, I'll like sneak out, change back, and then change back and sneak back in. Just watch them for a couple hours.
Okay, great. Yeah. And I mean, during this process, you see a raw chunk of steel shaped well on its way, right, to becoming a greatsword. Right? There's still, even having watched them for hours, there's still lots and lots and lots of additional work to be done. But it's now no longer just a big chunk of metal. You're like, oh yeah, like whoever gets that potentially is going to do some real damage with it.
Once the like second hour starts coming to a close, I'll just kind of skitter my way out, like a back door or something, and transform as I walk back towards our little tavern.
Okay, fantastic, love it. And that leaves this location here, where after leaving the Tiger's Eye, Piety and Kaz headed back towards the Troll Skull Manor. They realized that what they thought, right, was just like a 3-story townhouse with a nice sort of garden and planters out front, they realize, oh no, this appears to be a place of business. There's a sign out front with a very fancy calligraphy script written on it. It just says Coralon's Crown, right? And Kaz, your perception is high enough that even from the ground floor, right, just the way the sun is bouncing off of it and reflecting in different directions, you can tell that the roof of this building is transparent. As you walk in the front door, you are overwhelmed, right, with just wall-to-wall flowers of all shapes and sizes and colors. The aroma in here is that sweet smell of flowers in bloom. It's right on the verge of being like too sweet and too sickening, but it's hasn't crossed that line yet. There is a elf in here with long braided hair. They're wearing a fairly simple and very comfortable looking orange robe. It has some green embroidery that looks like vines weaving up the arms and across the back of the shoulder. And they are tending to some flowers along the left side of the shop. Oh, hello. Are you looking for something in particular?
Not necessarily, just kind of browsing. We're your new neighbors, I guess, across the way. Troll Skull Manor. Figured
Oh,
we'd stop in.
right across the street. I'm so glad somebody's finally taking control of that. You're not just looking to flip it, are you?
No, we're thinking about opening a tavern again, I guess. It seems like it used to be one.
Oh, yes. Well, tavern. Well, that will be nice. At least it won't be the eyesore that it is currently anymore.
Yeah, it is a real fixer-upper opportunity at the moment, but we're working on it.
Yes, well, I'm very excited for you, and I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to not have to look at it in its current state out my front door anymore. Well, what brings you to the neighborhood? Why have you decided to open up a tavern?
Honestly, could not tell you. Just kind of happened. Just
Hmm.
the way things worked out, I guess, but pretty cool.
Very well, letting life's little mysteries guide you, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I'm Piety. This is my friend Kaz. You
Oh.
are?
Apologies, Piety, Kaz. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Fela Lavalier. This is my shop. Many different plants and flowers and a few potions should one find those necessary.
Ooh.
Potions? Hey, potions. What kind of potions you got back there?
Oh, well, the current selection isn't very large. Waiting for some additional plants to come into bloom. Right now, we just have the potion of healing, the potion of climbing, and the potion of animal friendship. I do so like the animals, but they don't always like me right off the bat.
Yeah, I totally get that. I remember a fucking dog. I'm not gonna get into the story. It was just a bad situation with a loose dog down in the dock ward.
Hmm.
You gotta be careful. Yeah.
I'll have to be careful of all sorts of things down in the dock ward.
Oh yeah, very true. But it was a wild little fucker. You ever see, like, it's the little dogs that really get at you, they really get real nippy at your ankles.
Well, perhaps I could interest you in a potion of animal friendship, and then you wouldn't have to worry about such a thing.
Not right now. I think me and Mother Nature and all the animals are cool right now. But I am a man that is into the horticulture. Yeah. If you ever need some help, I'll be glad to come on down, help out with the flowers. I really think this is a beautiful area.
Oh. Well, it's very kind of you, very neighborly of you. I do occasionally need some help, and when that time arises, perhaps I'll make a quick stroll across the street and see if you're available.
All right, that's good right there. That's neighbor activities right there. If you ever need anything, come on down to. God damn, what's the name of our tavern?
Troll Skull Manor. That's temporary. We're thinking about changing it.
Yes, well, I would suggest a name for your establishment. It probably is a good idea.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we're
Hard-
workshopping it.
Hard to advertise without one.
Definitely. Fucking definitely.
Well,
But
feel free to look around and just enjoy the wonderful aromas and beautiful visions of all these interesting plants. If you need anything, just let me know. And Fela sort of just turns to go back to tending to plants.
I'm gonna pull Piety aside.
Yeah, what's up?
Piety.
Hmm.
You wonder if they got any they do potions and they got plants and everything. I wonder if they got any psychedelics of any sort. You think?
I mean, couldn't hurt that.
But, I mean, it could hurt the ass because I
mean,
think
all
it's
right.
somewhat illegal. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't really read the code of law, legal, all that. I'm just happening not to do anything illegal so far.
Yeah, I need a refresher myself, I think. Yeah, maybe it would hurt to ask, but I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
I know some people. I'll see if they know anything about her, and if I find anything out, and if she do have some, hey, you trying to get fucked up?
Hell yeah. High five.
Misses the high five. Let's go. All right. Let's get the. You want to
Yeah.
keep looking around? Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, let's go.
Nice flowers, though.
Yeah, they're really beautiful.
You have a beautiful shop. Very nice.
Oh,
Also,
well,
landscaping out front. Great.
thank you. If you need any assistance at to be named later, I'll be more than happy to help.
Thank you.
Okay.
Very kind of you. All right. Well, we'll get out of your hair now. Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you. Trying to find me a plug for me and the boys.
And with that, you all sort of reassemble in the alley as you've all met some various people, met and or spied on some various people and neighbors. What would y'all like to do?
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
I'm muted. I was asking how much my books cost me. Sorry.
Oh, let me work on that and I'll message you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, is everybody like coming back now, or is like, yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's not like everyone is shot off to these places and you're all coming back at the exact same moment, right? I think,
Definitely take Exidia a little while longer.
Yeah, I mean, Exidia said he'd spent a couple hours, looking at stuff. So, whereas other people, right, you wandered into an establishment or two, right? You've probably wandered around, just looked at some of the houses on the street. And over the course of, say, the next hour, right, you're all sort of reassembling out in front of Troll Skull Manor. Anything you
news.
want to discuss? Yeah.
Nothing mentioned in the code legal about drugs.
Let's go.
Now you can get arrested for drunken disorderly, being drunken and disorderly, particularly in houses of worship. But other than that,
Yeah.
nothing code legal.
Well, we have to go back there sooner or later.
What did you all find then?
Well,
I found a very lovely bookstore called Ted have already forgotten.
Right. Called Bookworm's Treasure.
Bookworm's Treasure. I was trying to say Dragon's Treasure, and I knew that was wrong. Bookworm's Treasure, right around the corner there, and he's carrying a stack of books. And this, let's see, since we're all going into business, I have this is Nim. This is Elven Songs, classical. I don't know if it's your style, but
Actually, I've read this.
Oh, okay. Well,
What? It'd be good to refresh. Thank you.
Kaz, this is an illustrated sewing guides for men's fashion. Whether you want pants or skirts. Heidi, I think you said you didn't remember it. That you were. You weren't sure if you were from here, right? Am I?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Yep.
This guide has a bunch of different illustrations of foreign capitals. Maybe something would look familiar, something we could look into.
Hey, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Is Liff, are you out here? Can you come out? Okay, I guess not. I got a bartending book for Liff, and where's Exidia? Okay, well, I'll hold on to this encyclopedia for now.
Ah. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, the
Didn't have to
storekeeper
do this.
was, we're going to be, we're going to have to get along, running a business together and all that. Also, the storekeeper is a little odd. It sounds vaguely as though he may be actually physically trapped in the bookstore, but I'm sure it's fine. That's something to look in. I offered our assistance, but
I don't know what to say about that part about him being trapped in the bookstore, but I think he's good. As you said, he's going to be okay.
I figured
Uh,
we'd check in at some point later.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very concerning. But me and Piety, we found a nice little private eye, or as they go by, Tiger's Eye. It's very cool.
Oh, Vincent.
Very. Oh yeah. You know him already?
Oh, well, the name was passed along to me, by the wood carver that I visited.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey, that's nice. At least they're neighborly with each other.
Aye. He said that Vincent was able to tell us pretty much anything we might need to know about anyone. Granted, of course, I'm sure he has a fine, but that's a good resource.
He does have a fine, but that I really hope that's right about him. We also went to I don't know the name of those types of places.
Oh, Coraline's Crown, florist. She seemed pretty nice.
Oh yeah,
Nice place.
florist.
Made
She sells
potions too.
potions. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Since we're all roommates together. Anybody have problems with psychedelics? No.
I mean, their use or like the concept.
Recreational use. I don't have a doctor's prescription.
I think you'd be hard pressed to find a doctor's prescription for psychedelics.
Hey, I don't fucking know. But I was just making sure that it was fine. In my room, I'll keep it there.
I pull out a joint and hand it to
Yes. It's been a light. It's been a stressful fucking 2 days. Okay.
With all the spellcasters in this party, somebody's definitely got a light.
Not me.
Wait, let me see.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation will do it, but I did not pick that up this time.
Yeah, I have that.
I try to do the French inhale. That's French.
Exidia walks in at this moment. Does someone need a light? And flicks a druid craft for you, and it lights.
Oh
the
my
end of it.
god.
Oh, there you are.
Alright, so we're like
yeah.
definitely like hotbox in one of these rooms, right? Like there's gotta be
I
be
mean,
one.
there's the cellar. It's pretty dank.
Game's canceled.
That was
Can I kill Exidia right now?
Okay, so
Although, in
swing
all
my deck.
fairness, like I've got absolutely no right to make
I was
that sort
just
of
saying,
claim.
Adam, Adam, the fact that you didn't get to that faster, I'm
man.
kind of sad about.
Like,
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
No, but yeah, I got kind of caught up. There's a forge nearby. It's really neat. Pretty cool to watch. The couple people in there really in tune with the forge and each other. It was a romantic experience.
Beg your pardon.
Oh,
What,
okay.
were they like?
Were you watching?
I'm not gonna ask.
Romantic in like alludes to the purest notion of what a forge is kind of way. Not like that.
All right, just checking. Just
So
making
there
sure.
was
Could
no
have been more
banging.
clear about it, for sure.
No,
hot,
no,
heavy
no.
banging. There's a lot of things that go into a forge.
Okay, well, yes, but
Here. This is for you. This is an illustrated guide to exotic animals across Faerun.
oh, that is very thoughtful. Thank you.
Yeah. There's a wonderful little bookstore, and you'll go over the whole spiel again.
Well, we should probably make an effort to speak with these blacksmiths. It might be good to just know. I don't know. Did you happen to catch their names by chance?
No, they didn't really. I mean, they know each other's names, so they don't really have a reason to say them.
Were
They
you?
were really like one would like start saying something and the other would just like finish the sentence. Like it was very intriguing to watch.
Did you just sit and watch them then?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
2
I mean,
hours.
I weaved a bit of a really neat web. It's up in the corner. Like they might not notice it. Or it might get like swatted down as a cobweb or something.
Okay, Charlotte, but you don't have any other information about them, right?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I think they were making a greatsword.
nailed
Good
it.
for them.
See, that's valuable information.
It looked really good.
If we need to go and say stop, and we can certainly do so. The craftsman that I spoke with offered to actually furnish our first floor for us once we've gotten it all cleared out. So I
Hey.
told him, I offered him free drinks for his first night, once we're open, because I mean, if he's going to be furnishing for us, I think that one night of drinking is certainly adequate.
Yeah, no, that's
Perfectly
totally
reasonable.
He said we might want to reconsider, but again, he's going to furnish the first floor, and I don't think that we could find the money to do so otherwise. So,
Well, just to be clear, he did say he'd furnish the first floor. He didn't say he'd do it for free.
that makes sense, but he
Mhm.
didn't. He also didn't say anything else. So,
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. I just want to make sure that we're not making an assumption that could be a problem in the future. So,
I think that there might be like a negotiation that can be
yeah.
made.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was exactly the implied point. So, just want to make sure
Yes.
we're on the same page. Fantastic.
He also said he would get together a list of names for all of the guilds and possibly guild masters in the area that we could use to get in contact with any of the vineyards, Mead and Ale, licensing, entertainers guild. That one will be important. Yeah, I feels like we mostly had a productive afternoon. Morning. Christ almighty, it's still light outside.
Yeah. Afternoon.
It's
at
kind of
this
what
point.
happens too.
Okay. I know we got here at like the butt crack of dawn or something, so.
Well, if it weren't for Volo, you all would have gotten there at the butt crack of dawn.
Okay, all right.
You had to wait for that dude to show up again. All right. So it's, we'll say, mid-afternoon.
Should we think of a name?
We need a name.
Y'all want a name? I got a name for y'all. Okay. Oh shit! Oh shit! I can't think.
That's a
Damn.
pretty strong joint there that Nim
Yeah.
gave you.
I take
Oh,
that back
God.
from you.
Okay, look, one last one.
The creative juices aren't flowing yet. Let me get one more hit off that thing.
Man, we should. In my head, I just started thinking about stealing the idea from the mushroom pizza place I told him.
Oh, mushroom!
Yeah. Just put a whole bunch of funky shit on the walls, man.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
I know
So,
we discussed-
do we want to spend some time brainstorming tavern names? Do we want to spend a little time? It's a little early for this, but it might be nice just in terms of remaining time-wise. Making some decisions and some roles about how we want to try and reduce costs for the upcoming 10-day or increase revenue for the incoming 10-day or for the first 10-day once this place is open for business. Or do we just feel like finding a tavern, unless you want to camp out in Troll Skull Manor in the shithole that is the current state of Troll Skull Manor?
I mean, I'm so down. I kind of want to see the rest of the manor. We kind of only went to the first floor, and that was it.
I think we spent time like going floor to floor.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
But I think like brainstorming names is going to be difficult, but we
Mhm.
should do that anyway. I also think I want to say that Nim is spending a good part of the day like actually doing some cleaning before then going out and making friends with
Okay.
people that could help us out.
Okay. Great. You'll see when after the couple hours when you do eventually return to Troll Skull Manor, you will see that with no cleaning implements whatsoever, Leaf hasn't done a bad job. I mean, it's not a great job, right? And like he's created on the first floor, he's created piles of debris and trash, right? At like one at the front door, one at the back door. There's another one by a set of double windows along the northern edge of the property. And so most of the floor space now is relatively clean. Well, let me
I
rephrase that. It's relatively clear, right? It's got no cleaning supplies, so it's not like, you know, you drop something on this floor, you're still not going to want to pick it up and eat it, right? But it looks a world better than it did even when you first walked into it.
I would like to use my performance of creation
Mhm.
to use some of the rubbish to assemble what is functionally a big fuck off push broom
Mm-hmm.
and just clean for everything that Leaf was unable to.
Okay, and you, so you're going to create this push broom and you're going to start sweeping.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Very shortly after you start sweeping, You seem to be fighting the broom.
I very quickly put my hands up and just let Leaf know that they are welcome to
The broom,
clean.
right, just is going on its own. It's a little herky-jerky, but it is just going back and forth and sweeping like crazy.
More time to clean myself before heading out to the Maiden's Fair later.
Sea Maiden's Fair.
Sea
Excellent.
Maiden's Fair. Yeah. Does anyone have any thoughts for or strong opinions about what we want to do for this tavern as far as theme or name go?
I do not, off the top of my head.
I have no cares in the world. We can name this fucking place Fart Bag McGee if y'all want it.
I mean, it's got to be ghosty or something, you know?
Oh yeah,
Like
Ghost theme for
Fart
sure.
Bag McGee.
I think Tyler might have missed the mentions in text, but I think that an ironic an ironic take for doing like a what was the fucking thing? Adam, like our buddy who like Craig who went to a tavern called the library so that everyone
Oh.
at the college would spend time at the library. Like I think it'd be funny to do something like that and take a religious humor to it and then just have, like it's manned by a ghost and there's like symbology that is taken very like insincerely, have like a gambling corner for what's her name? Shit. The halfling goddess. I know her, but
I know her. We're tight.
I think that would be funny and fun. But plus, again, I think it'd be really funny if one of the owners of the establishment was named Piety, and we did do a religious, or a chapel-esque take on a bar. I think that'd be funny.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that does remind me, Liv. I have a thing here. I don't know. I assume since you can write, I don't know how easy it is for you to read and turn pages, but this is a barman's guide to a number of mixed drinks. I know you said you could, but perhaps there is something in here that might be new and fun. He just holds out the book vaguely to a ghost.
You hear the smack of the broomstick hitting the floor. You actually feel like a quick breeze just shoot past you, right? And the next thing you know, the book is on the bar, right? It slams down with a thud. It stays closed. You hear 2 knocks on the bar. And the broom handle's back up and sweeping has resumed.
I think that means this works well, I'm sure.
The broom just clanks against the floor twice.
Oh, great. I'm sorry, my Didn't mean to interrupt, and now I've sort of forgotten what we were. What you were saying?
Now, I believe we were discussing brainstorming for tavern names, and there was some discussion about whether an ironic or tongue-in-cheek name would be both appropriate and or fun. Nim was talking about getting cleaned up before the Sea Maidens Fair. Kaz was still, I believe, sort of stream of consciousness speaking about various intoxicants he would like to try at some point. And where those intoxicants were going to be stored, apparently.
Oh, I got a little lockbox.
Excellent. So we've got about 25 minutes before our normal ending time. We can simply call it here, right? If anyone wants to do any relatively brief general Waterdeep exploration, we can fit some of that in here. On the other hand, if you're not really up for it, but would like to hear a little bit about mechanically how that might work for future endeavors, I can talk about that. Or it sounds like the next thing that at least Nim has mentioned wanting to do is going to the Sea Maidens Fair. We don't really have time to get into it much, but if you'd like to get out there and have the introduction now as opposed to the next session, I suppose we could do that. What are people feeling like?
I don't really have anything to explore.
Right. Does anybody want to go wander around Waterdeep right now? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Does anybody want to jump off and is so excited to get to the Sea Maiden Fair they don't want to wait for 2 weeks and they at least want the introduction right now?
I think we should wait until next week.
Okay.
I'm
I feel
extremely
like waiting
excited,
would
but
be-
I want to wait to have it all as like a thing.
Okay.
Exactly.
So we'll tee that up as the beginning for next session. So we've got some time. We can brainstorm some more about potential tavern names. We can, it's a little early, but given that we've got some time, we can make some decisions about how you want to try and alter the amount of money that the tavern is going to make in its opening 10 day. We can just say, wow, this was fun, and call it a session.
You drop us back on the map of Troll Skull so I can see inside.
Yeah,
of it.
absolutely. That's a good idea. All right. Can everybody see that?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And actually, it is not ready yet, which makes sense thematically, but for next session, you will see the reconfigured and restored map of Troll Skull Manor.
Ooh.
When you say reconfigured, is the floor layout changing, or is it just going to be clean and
It
pretty?
is probably just going to be clean. It's like now depending on how much you would like to change this, right? Let me know, right? And I don't mind spending some time in Dungeon Alchemist trying to recreate this, right, with a different floor plan, if that's what y'all want to see. But otherwise, I'll just use this guy's got maps for pre and post Fixer Upper.
Hell yeah.
The only thing I think I've got to add is just in terms of roaming around Waterdeep. I'm sure not quite at this point because you don't have much cash, but at some point you will, right? Which means you're probably going to want to take advantage of the fact that you can find just about everything you want in Waterdeep. Any standard adventuring equipment or just non-magical stuff in general, right? Mundane stuff that you're looking for, you'll be able to find no problem if there's not a price in the player's handbook or the Dungeon Master's Guide for those that have access to it. Just let me know and we'll come up with something. I've also got a revised price guide for magical items, which we're pretty much going to be using straight what's in there. The only difference is I'm going to actually double their price for potions or not potions, for scrolls, because the prices they have in there are the exact same prices that it would take just for someone with the Arcana skill to make the scroll for themselves. And so if you're buying them on the open market, it makes sense that they would mark that up. The other thing to take note of is in order to find magic items, I'm going to require people to make investigation checks depending on the item's rarity, right? So if it's a common item, the DC is just going to be a 10, right? Which is going to be relatively easy, particularly considering the fact that I don't know whether or not Corsonis is proficient in that skill, but at least with a wizard in the party, you've got somebody who hasn't dumped intelligence. Right. And then for each level beyond that, right, it's going to be, and Kaz will be helpful too. And if you're really looking for something special, contact Vincent Trench. He's right down the street, right? For each rarity level, each additional rarity level, you're going to add 5 to that DC. So by the time you get to a legendary item, it's going to be a 30 investigation check to find it.
It's like 30, huh?
Yeah, well, right. I mean, it's legendary, so they will be tough to find. And obviously, that's just if you're looking for something in particular. There are going to be shops are going to have stuff in them. So there's going to be some random stuff that maybe you're not actually looking for, but boom, you can find there. Yeah, and at any time you are free to avail yourself of all that Waterdeep has to offer.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, and with that,